That was fly, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was fly.
I like that,
Fly,
man.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
That was
All
fly.
right. Yeah. Just
Good
saying.
stuff.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Right on. So hey guys, what's going on? This is the gang here. This is Chef Von 360 SEO for newbies, and we finally have a live site up. We have Ray Utila, we got Brett, you know who, and then we got the king right here, the chef, is in the building as well. And we're going to be going over the site. I'm going to show you some of the blog posts that are done, how those are tied in and linked all together. And then we're going to do some Facebook Manager, Google Tag Manager. So it just should be fun, man.
Yeah, it'll be a good show. One of the other things that we're going to go over today, I'm going to go over the GMB, and we're just going to breeze over the GMB. We're going to speak about some things, some elements that should be added. And I think anybody that sees this show will look at their GMB and maybe add some of the elements to their GMB. There's one thing very special that I want to talk about, very important.
And real quick, feel free to, hey, what's going on, Joy? Feel free to comment, ask questions, share this, please, to Facebook.
Right.
Please share it to Facebook. So
Please.
It's real easy just to get share, Facebook, boom, and then it's done.
Simple
right,
stuff. All right.
Right on.
Who's going to start, Darren?
Okay. You want to start with me? All right.
Go ahead. Why not?
All right, cool. I'm sharing my screen. Give me just a second, man.
Take your time.
Okay, I'll take my time. Okay. So you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me go to the blog. Now, one of the things we need to do is we need to add a blog on here. So I need to move some stuff around. But that's fine. It won't take long to do. That's just a little bit of code. So we got the post here. So I'm just going to pull up a post, and we'll go from there. That's how we'll see them.
Doing the show.
Okay. So you can see we have all these. Remember, I mentioned article clustering or keyword clustering.
Right.
So we have these articles that are all written, and they're topical articles. So we're grabbing co-occurring keywords, and we are every article has a link that's pointed back to one of the particular keywords that we're trying to rank for. So we did 5 articles to start off with, and each article is actually tied in together. So corporate catering events. One of the articles that we have is when you ask caterer a question. Catering company. This is linked back actually to one of the location pages. Occasion requires catering again. That's an article that we have. A vegetarian catering company, and we have that actually as the homepage. I'm linking that back to the homepage because I want the site to be known for 3 things. I want to be known for 1, the brand, which would be Chef On 360. 2, the naked URL, which would be https chefon360.com, and then 3, vegetarian catering company, because that's the main keyword that we're going after.
Right. Okay.
So then we have vegetarian wedding caterer, plant-based chef, or vegetarian personal chef. These are all linked back to the various, we call them money pages. And again, we have this link back to here, and we have a click-to-call phone number. You want to have a click-to-call phone number in every post. So if somebody's reading through the post and they say, "Hey, I want to just let me make a phone call and call this guy now. I got this idea." They can just push right on the screen and it'll dial.
Nice.
So,
hey, Darren, I have a couple of questions in regards to this blog post.
Mm-hmm.
This blog post, is it centered around one keyword?
Yes.
Which keyword is it centered under?
How to plan a menu for catering event.
For your catering event. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then I noticed that there are several links on the page, which kind of goes against not necessarily against, but there are a lot of links on one page.
Right.
Going to different areas. Now,
Now,
what made you pick, for example, time for a catering services? Why would you pick that as a link?
well, because I want every page to tie in together. So when we build an article cluster, it's like a spoke wheel,
Right.
spoke on a wheel. So each one of these are spokes that are pointing back to the center, because the main keyword that we're trying to rank for would be vegetarian catering services, catering service, which would be the home page. So we have to have the different spokes on the wheel. So each spoke is tied in together, and it strengthens up as we point a link. Let's say we point a link to how to plan a menu for catering event.
Right.
That page is juiced up. It then goes around. It links to the time for catering service, and it powers up again to. So it ties one to the spoke. Ties one to the spoke. It's going to the center, which would be vegetarian catering, and then it ties to the other post. So it makes a strong wheel.
Okay. So are all these links going back to the homepage?
No, these are tied in each other.
Okay. And why wouldn't you do, instead of time for a catering service, why wouldn't you just do catering service?
Because that's not the blog post. The blog post is about, the keyword for the blog post is time for catering services.
I see.
So every time we create a hyperlink, we're creating a keyword. So if you have a brand new site that has no content on it and it hasn't been known for anything, you have to tell Google what keywords you want this to be. Right. And the best way to do that is through interlinking. Now, as we continue to create more content for the site, we'll start to pull some of these links away, and we'll spread them out a lot. We'll spread them around a lot more.
So in short, Darren, what you're kind of saying, in other words, is what you're saying is that you're creating links so this way you could be found for some easier to find keywords, so Google could start to pick you up and you can start building some traction.
Yes, this is a very aggressive strategy, because I want the site to show up quickly for these particular keywords. And the only way it's going to happen is we're not going to let Google figure it out. We're going to tell Google immediately, we want these pages to be known for here. So these are almost foundational pages. Right.
Perfect. Okay, very good. And by creating backlinks on your blog pages to other pages on your website is telling Google what we're about. It's one of the ways to show Google what we're about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. How many blog pages did we get done on this?
5.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Okay. How did you pick the H1s and all that type of stuff?
So the H1 is the title tag.
Right. Why don't we show that? Why is the H1 important?
Because that's the keyword. That's the key. It's like, so every article is like an outline. Every query on Google is like an essay question.
Right.
And we want to provide the best answer to the essay question as possible. And we do that through creating a nice outline.
Right. So we set up the H1 and then we create the answer. Then the article is the answer to the question.
Exactly. And we break down in each tags would be H3, H3, H3. Normally I put an H2 here, and I will.
What's the difference between H2 and H3?
And H2, well, one is where they are on outline. But an H2 would be is going to be, I call it a high level keyword. So we have the page. The page is about how to plan a menu for your catering event.
Right.
The H2 then would be about it'd be a short tail keyword that speaks to the page, speaks to the keyword.
So in other words, like we could say top rated chef we could do like a bulleted point answers, like top rated chef in St. Petersburg, vegetarian waiter, vegetarian chef, wedding chef.
I would do that. I wouldn't do that on blog pages.
Okay.
I would do that on the actual money pages.
On the keyword pages.
Exactly. The keyword pages. So
what would be some examples you'd set up on the blog pages for an H2?
For an H2, so as an example, because I went straight to the H3s for the theme, I would actually say and put a call to action somewhere like right here, and I would say need to plan a catering event, call this number, and I would make that an H2.
H2. Love it.
And
Excellent.
I would make every phone number, every time you have a phone number on there on the site, it needs to be a click to call.
Why's that?
Just for ease of use when you're mobile. If somebody's searching the site mobile, they just want to push on their phone. You know,
Right.
how many times, are you frustrated? You go to a site and you push the number and it doesn't dial. Then you have to stop or turn it. You want
that kind of leads into something else. There was a time when we were doing stats on a site, and it was interesting. Maybe about 5 years ago, 30% were using mobile, then 40%, 50%. What would you say the percentage of mobile visitors are now?
I'd say probably 80 to 90%. I mean, Google's literally switched over to a mobile first index. So if we put something in, put a new page in the index first, how well that page reads on the mobile,
how fast it loads,
is going to be how fast it loads and how fast it actually is going to index.
Right.
So things will index first in the mobile site.
Right. Yeah, that's important. That's really important. So anybody out there who has a website, you need to make sure that. Hey, Darren, do you have the developers link that you could add? The Google tool, the page speed, so people could see how fast it loads in, how fast their site loads in mobile.
Well, something I normally do is, let me go to it, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you could just leave the link so people can check that. It's Page Speed Insights, developers.google.com.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is just put your website in that link. Put your website in that link, and then this way you can see how fast your site loads. I had a customer contact me last week. His site was ranking great on desktop, but on mobile it was lagging. Sure enough, in mobile it took forever to load.
So how'd you address that?
We sped up the site. We made his images small. We compressed his images. He had a slider going on his page that was super heavy. We got it down from 3 seconds, I think, to 0.13.
Nice.
Yeah, and we got him ranked. Him ranked. It was a custom suit maker. Guys make custom suits.
That's fly, man.
Yeah. Fly guy.
Right on.
All right. What else you got, Darren?
That's it. That's all I have today, man.
Okay. So you worked on the blog posts.
Worked on the blog post, and then I did some stuff in the footer as well. Just recently, I saw there were some things in the footer. I need to get with Christo, and there's some stuff structurally that need to be changed.
Well, go ahead. Why don't you point that out so anybody watching this may have the same issues with their footer.
All right, right on. So I would move this over a little further. This plant-based personal chef, move this over because I want an area for the blog. Because there's no drop down for the blog, and now if I put a blog there, it moves things all around. It gets things funny.
Right.
So we want an area for the blog because most places, and we want to also do what other sites do. We don't want to go too far outside of the norm. And most sites, they support their content with the blog. Well, ideally they should.
Right.
Most of the time they don't. Their blogs about nothing.
Right.
Everything that we're going to do is targeted.
Right.
So.
Very good. Hey, Darren, would you make a note to Chris, please? We need a locations page.
Yeah.
And in that locations page, we want all the areas we service, the neighborhood pages, the suburb pages, because we created them all.
Yeah.
So we could add a directory on that page, locations, and they could click neighborhoods, suburbs, geo pages, all those pages we did. It's a good place to put the links.
Cool.
Now, Jasmine and I were doing some research this week on adding all your citations to the page,
right,
and calling it read about us on the web.
Look at this right here, man. She says Brett looks like he owns an American Bully.
Who would possibly say that? I should find that out.
She just said that, man. You know what?
Really?
Yeah, she just said that, man. Because funny enough, man.
Funny enough, somebody does own an American Bully.
There you go, man.
Yeah. How to bring them to me in a second?
You got a brand new one, man.
Yeah, I got a brand new one. I'll go next because my stuff is fast. But yeah, wait one second. How'd she know that? Did I say it?
Hey, that's that. Hey.
Did I say it? Did I say it?
Joy, you probably can't see her, man, because I'm streaming
Okay.
5 different channels, so she might be in another
Okay.
channel.
All right. Well, here he is. Yeah, it's Mr. Schwartz. This was the name of my 80s high school gym teacher. He was the type of guy that would. Yeah. I said, Schwartz, yeah. Yeah. Come on, Schwartz.
There he is.
That was the name of my. That was the name of my 80s gym teacher. He was the type of guy to throw a dodgeball at your balls.
Wow.
And then tell you to handle it. Yeah, but he's small. He's only right now he's only about 10 pounds, 8 pounds. He's only 9 weeks old. But thank you, honey. We're gonna get him nice and big. In another couple of months, he's gonna be this big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the best. They're very stubborn though.
I want one too now.
I'm good.
Yeah, the guy that I got it from is SMB Bullies. If you check his channel out on YouTube, he sells to all the basketball players, football players, rappers. That's like the newest, hottest breed right now. But I had to say that there's no way that person could have said he looks like I own an American bully. I had to say that. If not, tell me the lotto numbers for tomorrow.
For real.
Needs to put that bulldog in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Special appearance.
Somebody said that the science teacher was Mr. Schwartz.
Yeah,
And he said it means black in whatever language it came from. Yeah. Oh, Schwartz means black?
Yeah, man.
Should mean asshole.
There you go, man. Make it Darren, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me share the screen. I want to go through. Yeah, this guy was a jerk, man. When he picked me for wrestling, in my high school, I was in 9th grade. I was so shy. I was so shy. And he picked me to wrestle somebody. He called me Led Zeppelin because I had really long hair. He's like, Led Zeppelin. Ever since then, I never liked him. Okay, my entire screen, application window. Wait, yeah, I think this one. Whoops, entire screen. Right?
Now don't get your dog, Mr. Shorts, confused with your teacher now, okay?
Yeah, no. I treat this Mr. Schwartz nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
Hey,
doubt.
am I sharing, Darren?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, Sharon. What am I doing wrong, man? It says share audio. It says share, but it's blacked out. Oh, I got to click this. Got it. Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're good.
I'm a stickler for having everything ready, and I'm the one who didn't have it ready. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Google My Business. Chef, have you logged into yet your Google My Business?
I logged into it yesterday.
You did? Okay. So there's a couple of things that I want that unfortunately, only you can do.
Okay.
Okay. So if you, and I don't know if you do this, but if you have like curbside delivery where you'll drop the food off, or what do they call that? Not touchless.
Contactless delivery.
You need to post it on your COVID-19 post. See, there's a COVID-19 update right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's right on your homepage. It's right here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's real important. And you may be a black-owned business.
He might.
What I noticed, man, Yelp actually has that attribute now too.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Man.
So you may want to add attributes to this.
Okay, most definitely.
Okay. If Google's asking you for it, it's important.
Okay.
Okay. So you need to go through. Somebody's mic is messed up.
Hey, go ahead and mute up if you're not talking.
Yeah, if you're not talking, just mute, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, I think that was Chef. Is everybody else on?
No, Chef, man.
I'm on.
He was cooking, man.
My God, we gotta send them over to Best Buy. Chef, you need a new mic, man. Well, so much noise. Whew, I had a headache. All right. So you want to do your you want to post your COVID-19, your everything here on your homepage. Now, another thing is You want to start getting reviews. So chef, I'm sure you have people in your cell phone that have used your service or have worked with you or have had something to do with your business. You need to get reviews. You need to get reviews from those people. So all you do is you go to your homepage here, you copy this link, and then you just share it. Okay? Does that make sense, chef? You could jump on for 1 second. You need to send this link to your friends. You need reviews.
I guess I understand.
All right, you need reviews. You want to use keywords like St. Petersburg, Tampa, personal chef, vegan chef in your reviews. So when somebody does a review, they can't just say he's the best.
Caterer.
Right. They have to say the service that you provide, where you provide it, the type of service that you provide. You know, I needed a wedding chef, personal chef in Tampa, Florida. That's a great.
Ask them just to talk about, say, hey man, just tell me what you talk about what I did.
Right. And even talk about what you didn't do. But get reviews. Just don't get 42 this week, chef. But try to get like 5 a week.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And let's use some of the keywords that you're trying to rank for. Wedding chef, vegan chef, vegetarian chef, so on and so forth. Okay? All right. All right. We created some posts, but we're working on those right now. So they'll be up in a little while. Now, in regards to the info, in your info, these are the 3 services that you fall under: caterer, mobile caterer, and catering, food, and drink supplier. Okay, those are your 3 categories. Now, we need to create Darren, would you please remind Chris, we need to create pages for each one. So for every category that you have in Google My Business, you need to create a page for that category. So if we could just let Chris know to create pages for these categories, and then Darren, you could just take a look at it, make sure they're SEO'd correctly. Now, another thing is, Chef, I didn't know where you would deliver from, where you would deliver to. So you need to click this tab and answer this question. You see? I didn't want to fill this out because I don't know how far you went out. Chef, take it off mute.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I plan on service in Pinellas County,
Okay.
and as far as Hillsborough County as well.
Beautiful. I just didn't know how far you went out, so I didn't want to put anything in here. But go to info and fill out your locations. You know where you deliver from. Okay. Now we also did 24 hours. Now I have a custom suit fella in New York City who closes at 6 o'clock, and by 4 or 5 o'clock he's out of the 3-pack every day. And think about this. Why would Google put you in the Google 3-pack if you close at 6 o'clock and somebody's Googling custom suits at 8 o'clock at night? They want people that are open, right? They want people that are open. So if you answer emails at 4 in the morning and you do jobs once in a while till 2 in the morning, that's a 24-hour business. I don't know many businesses that aren't 24 hours, especially if you're a service business. If you're a service business like a plumber, like a chef, like an electrician, a lawyer, you're not just working 9 to 5. Your business hours shouldn't just be 10 to 6, 9 to 5, 10 to 8. Every hour should be 24 hours. Now, if you've had a business for a while online, don't just change your hours to 24 hours because all your citations have your old business hours and there'll be a conflict. But if you're starting a brand new business, everyone should start with 24 hours because I don't know any business owner that just works 10 to 6. Every business owner is answering emails 10, 11 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning when they wake up. To me, that's 24 hours, right? That makes sense, Darren?
Sure does. I get calls at 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Calls, emails.
Somebody's like, I just wanted to see if somebody was really there. And I'm like, yeah, what's going on, man? How can I help you?
So it's important, man. All businesses, especially new businesses, you got to do 24 hours. You know, even if your doors are closed, you're still answering emails, you're still dealing with customers. You know, that's real important. Okay, we have your phone number in the GMB. I mean, everything else we kind of went over. Here, Chef, we need a menu. So we'll add a menu link to this page. And then you want to add in your menu items.
Okay.
All right. once again, black owned, maybe military, or if you have females, right? Women led. Of course, I know women work with you also as well. So, service options, you do delivery, you do no contact delivery, right? We want to add that. So you're just going to need to go through that because I don't know all the stuff that you do. Okay, then we add your description, which is done.
Yes.
Right. We already, we're adding photos. Here's your menu, chef. Okay, some of your menu items, you'll add some more later on. Okay, food orders, right? So you could do curbside, you could do pickup or curbside delivery, but you need to get this started where people could place an order.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Once again, the reviews, we don't have any reviews yet, but I showed you how to get them.
Yes.
Send me a review link later on today or tomorrow, and I'll be the first one to review because you did my party last week. It came out great. And also, if you want people to be able to message you on Google My Business, you just fill this out on the message app. You got to download the Android app right here. What do you have, an Android or an Apple?
I got an Apple.
Okay, so right here. Okay. Okay, your photos. Here are a couple of photos. Okay, and you see, yeah, people are looking at them. Here's 71 views. People have seen it, 45 views.
Nice.
I want to eat.
Right? Okay, we don't have product services. Okay, last thing is your website, and that's real simple. All you do is you just click this website button, and it creates a website. And this is, once again, just for Google. And the way the website is created is just by collecting all the information that we feed into Google My Business. It aggregates and collects all the information and then just puts all the information in the Google My Business website. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So your hours and stuff. And some people are able to rank just by using this as their website. So you see where it says share website?
Mm-hmm.
Some people take this site right here and put it in right here in the info where it says website, right here, and they rank using a Google My Business website, but that's for another time.
Okay.
All right, but fill out everything so this way your website is more complete. And we could also build backlinks back to this website, which powers your GMB. All right, Ray, what do you got?
Well, we're gonna talk about kind of getting the rubber hitting the road with this Facebook Pixel and this Google Tag Manager. Okay. So we know that we'll get Chef sharing his screen.
Did you hit stop sharing, Brett?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll get there. And Chef, if you could share. And we know that the site is live now. And we know that the Google Tag Manager has been created on the website. So in effect, we've got the analogy I use is the container within the container. So what we can now do is, if we got Chef's sharing now. Okay, so what we're just going to do is, like, Chef's already created one pixel here, and we have a default event as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to go, this is from the Business Manager in Facebook, and we've gone to the Events Manager and then specifically to the data sources. And you can see that Chef has got his Google Tag Manager open in the last tab in his browser up there. But what we're going to do is we're going to, from the data sources here in Chef's account, is we're going to create a new Facebook pixel. So we're going to hit that green plus button. Perfect. And we're choosing to connect via the website. So there's a couple different options here, but we're doing web, and we're going to hit the get started here. And again, it's the Facebook pixel that we're trying to create. There's a couple options. We're picking the Facebook pixel. We're going to hit connect. Okay, and then Chef Vaughn, again, just as I mentioned before, is that we need a new name because you do have that pixel that we created previously, but we didn't have the code handy. So we're just creating a new pixel. So just enter a name that is good for you. Something like Chef Vaughn 360 new pixel works. And I think what we didn't have when we created the last pixel is we didn't have the actual website. Yeah, that works. And then you've got to put your website in that next box there. And you want that full URL, so that HTTPS. If you've got your website open. Oh, no, you want another slash, and then yeah, and now your website. And we should be good here. Okay.
Hey, Ray, just in short, just for people that weren't with us the last week, why are we doing all this? At the end, what's going to happen?
So what we're able to do is we're able to understand that if we do, as you were suggesting during the last video, Brett, is we can drive traffic to the website from a Facebook ad. And so specifically, we're going to create some audiences, I think, during this call as well. And we're going to drive some traffic via some ads, to his website. And then what we're able to do is everything is connected at this point with that Google Tag Manager. In effect, what we have is the website working with Google and with Facebook. So even if those people didn't come to Chef Vaughn's website because of a Facebook ad, if they came because of good SEO and they just searched and found them, Facebook understands which pages on the site he visited. And I use the example of the newly engaged bride. If he or she is checking out that wedding catering page, then we know that we can then send ads via Facebook specifically targeted, to a bridal party. So that's a couple different ways to use it, and obviously there are more ways than that. Okay, so
I think also, Ray, yeah, definitely what you're saying is a great point. I'm just saying that, like, for any new business, it takes a long time to get ranked in Google. So this is a great way of getting traffic and also creating leads for your business, before Google picks you up and you can start to get ranked for certain keywords.
Yep.
It's turboing the process.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so it's like we can literally start, now that the site's live, we can start getting traffic there right away with these Facebook ads. So you'll notice there's a couple different options here, and neither one of them is actually wrong. And then you'll notice that right where Javon is hovering, it was another option, is to email the instructions, because a lot of business owners may not feel comfortable in installing the pixel and installing Google Tag Manager and all of those things. They might say, you know what, I have a nephew that does all that, or I have a web designer that just has all of those details.
Right.
So it's never wrong to email yourself or someone else a backup of these instructions. But what we can actually do is we can choose to use either one of these options to get the code. It's just we have two different streets that we can go down, and I'm suggesting that we can use a partner integration. So use a partner, because we're going to be using that Google Tag Manager. So just click there, and you see it's going here, and you can see here are all of the potential options that if Chef was using any of these, and I don't know if he is using any of these, but you can see there's a number of different options that we can use here, and some of these are even working specifically with WordPress. So yeah, and I don't know, are you able to scroll, because some of these options do change from time to time? Yeah, so what we're not getting in this case is we're not getting raw code, and I don't think you're actually using any of these integrations, Jovan. So we can close this, and we're going to go with the manual code option to get that right directly into your, so continue pixel setup. Nope, down at the bottom there. There we go. And then we're going to install code manually. And this is where, like we had done previously, Giovanni, what you're going to want to do is copy the code. So again, that green button there, you're going to hit, you're going to copy the code, and we can hit continue. And again, there's the option to email instructions here. And we can hit continue here. And you can scroll down to see, to read anything here, but they're really trying to make it fairly easy for you. So if you didn't know what you were really doing at this point, the fact is we have the Google Tag Manager ready to go, and we're ready to put this code here. They're just not giving it to us quite yet. So we want to hit that Open Event Setup tool. Okay, and you want to type in your URL again with the HTTPS. There we go.
Uppity, thank you. Uppity looked at, while we're waiting. Yeah, Uppity, let me know that Schwartz is black.
Okay, we haven't received. Okay,
what's up, Schwartz?
I think it's conflicting with the previous pixel that was already set up. So we can actually cancel this because it's not going. Yeah, I think this is a conflict with that previous pixel that we have set up there. May have been an issue, but we can just go directly into some audiences now at this point. So the idea is what we would be doing is we would be taking the code that's generated from one of these pixels. And again, I would go with perhaps that original pixel that we've created. And then we're dropping it into, if you open up that Google Tag Manager tab up on top there, Stefan. Perfect. And again, what we want to do is we want to hit the new tag button. So this would be add a new tag, exactly right there, Chef. And at this point, you want to click in that initial tag configuration. You probably click anywhere in that white box. And we want to scroll down towards Facebook. So we're going to go through some of the featured ones, and you can see there's one where Google's even making it easier, up probably a little higher. And you can always find it through search as well. So these were more. Hit the little magnifier option there and type in Facebook. I'm just wondering if we had maybe done this earlier, if we actually have a tag. So you can kill that search there, Jovan. And we can go back to, you can close this to choose the tag. Because I think we're ahead of ourselves a little bit here. If you go to the left-hand column there where it says tags, right in the very left column, you can close this little preview here. Yeah, you can close that. And then hit the tags. Oh, I have no tag. So you can hit new tag over in that white box there. That's good. And let's hit that again. And again, we should be able to. It's just we're looking at a live internet glitch here, I think. So try Facebook again. And hit return. No, and toggle down to where it says more. Yeah, this is a little bit odd. So it's probably just some little bit of a glitch. I can screen share. I can screen share on mine, and so people can see what it looks like.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So if you want to stop sharing there, Jovan, and I can I can pop on.
Okay. Just for people that are watching, what we're trying to do right here is we're trying to show people that when you put up a new website, or if you have a website that's not getting enough traffic, that you could use Facebook ads in the meantime to start getting traffic. I know we may have. Do we have a couple of marketers on here, Darren?
No, I think
No.
Doug is actually getting this stuff going. But
Okay, so Doug, if you have a client that's not getting any traffic, or you got a brand new client, you may want to invest $100 just to get some Google ads. Some Facebook ads, so you could get him. Start getting him some traffic.
Okay, just bear with me. I need to make sure I'm
Take your
sharing the
time.
right monitor.
we do have a couple of YouTubers. Uppity and Joy Chit Chat are both YouTubers.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Do they have clients?
No, I think they're their channel. As far as promoting their channel. So
Okay. I
promoting.
gotta check them out. I gotta subscribe.
Yeah.
I gotta subscribe. Gotta see what's going on. Gotta check them out.
Yeah, okay. I just want to see if StreamYard is going to let me share.
Yeah, I do.
No chef for you.
I got to enable this screen recording on from my system preferences here, so sort of bear with me.
Take your time.
Right.
Now I know we're talking to a vegetarian, vegan, plant-based chef, man, but I'm hankering. Right now I got a hankering for a tenderloin, man.
Oh, that's what I'm making right now. That's what I'm
You know,
making.
Indiana, the tenderloin was invented in Indiana, man.
I didn't know that. I have 2 tenderloins in the refrigerator right now. We went to Costco and got them. So we're gonna make them with a salad in a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard the rate the joke however you want to, but I seen something on, I think it was on Facebook, and it read, "Me going vegan was a big mistake," and it literally said MISSTEAKE.
Mistake.
A big mistake.
I'll tell you what. There's a new product out there called Gardein. I don't know if anybody's had it, but they have meatless meatballs. They have these chicken tenders. I'll tell you what. For anybody who's considering going vegan, I mean, I'm not, but I like to add plant-based to my meal, maybe once or twice a week. I'll have the Gardein chicken tenders, and I'll make them over a salad. And I've had the meatless meatballs, and they also have some type of fish dish that's also delicious. Believe it or not, it's meat, and it's no fish.
Oh, the fish and chips, the fish and chip look.
Yeah, really good.
Those are actually good.
You can see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
So this is just an example of a business I work with. So here's their tag manager, and you can see what we actually have is 7 very common tags that we've put on their website. So the one that we're interested in here is the Facebook pixel. So this is the actual pixel that's been added to the Google Tag Manager, and then that Google Tag Manager is on this website. What are the other ones that are here? Is that we've got the Bing meta tag, and I know that both Darren and Brett have mentioned Bing as well as another search engine. There is a Google Ads remarketing a tag, analytics, which we were talking about before the call, which I think every website owner should have on their website. Because this business is using the G Suite services primarily for email, there's a G Suite verification tag, there's a Pinterest tag, and then Twitter. So 7 very, very common tags. But the one we're interested here, as you can see, it's been is the Facebook pixel, and you can see that it is firing on every page on the website. So Facebook knows when a Facebook user is visiting, in this case, we would say Javon's website. And that's what we're going to be working towards, is getting that actual live. We're having a little bit of a glitch.
Okay, no worries, right? I mean, like I said, the end result is getting that to work. So this way, if somebody's on Facebook and is looking for a wedding caterer, they don't necessarily have to Google it and wait to beat the rest of the results, which me and Darren are trying to get. He could get immediate satisfaction by getting people in the local area to see his ad and maybe click his ad and start getting some jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then what I wanted to show is just a little bit of audience creation. So if we go to the business manager, and again, I'm working in a specific business's business manager, just for example here, but we can go and create an audience. So I've gone from the business manager, and then from the menu, I picked the audience tool. And what I'm suggesting is we can walk through this with Jovan, but the idea is what we're doing is we're choosing to create a saved audience. So imagine that we're trying to do some of that, as you were describing, Brett, that $100 sort of start of traffic.
Right.
I'm going to suggest that we do an audience of St. Petersburg, Florida, and we do 25 miles, or let's say even 15 miles.
Okay.
Of around St. Petersburg, and we're going to do it male, female, and we're going to do all ages. So you can see here, the group that I'm advertising to is fairly descriptive of my audience name. I think most people would understand that. Obviously, my default is Canada. That's not going to work. We don't want to advertise in Canada.
Why not?
Yeah, because I don't think Chef is going to be traveling.
Very good.
So this is where we had issues before setting up Jovan's page. Is we notice if we type in St. Petersburg,
right,
because it is all of the world, for Facebook, is that we see that we've got Missouri showing up, we've got Russia showing up. This is the St. Petersburg that we want. So you notice I started typing ST period. Facebook actually has the preference here of Saint being spelt out fully, but we just want to make sure we pick the right one.
Right.
And something that I tell my clients to, because some of them I provide some training and coaching, is that make sure that the geography is correct, because you don't want to be spending money where you're not doing business.
Correct.
So we're going to take this down to, I said 15 miles, didn't I originally? So make that 15 miles. I'm going to change the description as well, 15 miles. And then, Jovan, this is where I say you're building your first audience here. And this is where I was asking Brett about these bridges and you about these bridges before we created the audience, because there was a time when these three bridges here, and again, I don't know Florida that well, that I'm guessing at some point they didn't exist. So you may choose to want to work in this area here closer to Tampa, but you may not want to work over here. So what we simply can do is we can visually make the adjustment, and we can make that now 10 miles. Now that's something that may be attractive to you. So I said, if we're settling on that change, and this is where, again, we're really defining and targeting where we want to advertise. And you might say, well, Ray, I wouldn't mind advertising a little bit more in this northwest area over here. Mm-hmm. So what we can simply do is then even drop a pin that is a little bit northwest of St. Petersburg, and then cover that area. But if we use this as an example, you can see here is I put in a geographical location, and then I made this radius smaller and smaller to make it fit what I thought was a good audience. And again, we mentioned that we're going to be advertising to all genders, men, women, and people who identify in other ways, 18 to 65 years of age. Languages, we can specify English, we can leave it blank. I don't think it's hugely important. If you were only providing specific professional services in only one certain language, then that's probably something to take into consideration. But I'm going to skip down here to detailed targeting. And the two that I'm suggesting, and again, looking for a little bit of input from Jovan here, is I like veganism and I like vegetarianism. And again, you'll notice even Facebook doesn't use the word vegan or vegetarianism because they're not labeling people that way. They're just saying these are people that have shown interest or inclination towards these segments. So we're not guaranteed that that they're vegans or vegetarians, but they certainly have significant interest, in sort of these lifestyle choices. And again, I like just these two. If we're talking about initially targeting people in this now 10-mile radius of St. Petersburg, I suspect that this is reaching a lot of people that would potentially be interested in your business, Jovan. But again, I'm asking you to make a business decision here. Jovan, what do you think?
I actually can go further up north. Really cover all of Pinellas County. That's really what a startup is. I want to be able to cover all of Pinellas County. Yeah.
So why don't we do this, and then you tell me if this is working for you. I'm going to drop this pin.
Okay.
And I am going to say 10 miles again, and you tell me how does that look? Have I gone?
Okay, I see the second pin.
Yeah.
Now that's a good area. That's like around the Clearwater Largo area, and that's a fast travel as well.
Right. So you can see here if we digest a little bit of the data here, because Facebook is giving us tremendous amounts of data to work with, is we know that within these two locations, because this is two separate locations, even though they're overlapping, is that we are reaching, and between people that are 18 to 65 years of age, is that in these two locations, we're reaching potentially up to 190,000 people. That is, that's a good size audience. Where I live and I work with a lot of local businesses, I sometimes struggle because my audience sizes are sometimes too small. And 190,000 is a really good size audience. It's well under 1 million. So
that's a good number. And not to interrupt you real quick,
yeah.
But that's a good way to drive GMB clicks, is using a large audience like that from a location. So that's a good way to get location specific type.
Yeah, and this is like
Brett, you can't hear you. Yo, mute Brett.
Yeah, well, I'll just keep talking until Brett comes back. But so 190,000, and Jovan, I just look at this as here are the people that fundamentally are more likely to have some interest in your business than not. But you can imagine if we send these people a single ad or multiple ads on Facebook, advertising your business, and then we know that a certain segment, they're landing on that page that we're sending them to. But then we look at where are they bouncing on that site? Are they going to that wedding page? Are they going to that corporate or that personal chef page? And then we know, because what we'll do is we'll set up another audience. So what I'll do is I'll save this now, if that's okay.
Yes.
And then what we'll do is we'll create another one. And I'm going to create another saved audience. And here, I'm going to create a custom audience. And this is off website. And again, we're just going to see, because we were dealing with some other issues here. But it's giving me a default for the client account that I'm working with. And I'm going to just hit continue here. And we're going to create, you can imagine if this was your account, Chef. So people who meet any or all of the following criteria, this is where you're kind of building that flow chart. So it's in regards to this pixel for the specific website I'm showing you. But we're looking at people, we can set up an audience, people who visited specific websites. So you can imagine we could have Chef Vaughn 360 / wedding caterer as the URL. And what we would be doing is we're creating this audience. These are people that have specifically visited your wedding caterer page of your website. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this down from the default of 30 days, and we're going to take it right down to 1 day. So if you think about it, what's happened, Chef, is that they visited that page on your website, and we think largely because we sent them that first Facebook ad in the first place. But even if it wasn't that initial Facebook ad that sent them there, if they just visited this page because of Brett and Darren's SEO efforts, and they've come to your web catering page, as long as they're signed into their Facebook account, we can send them an ad for your wedding catering services the next day. We can then create another ad, another audience that is then 7 days, and 14 or 15, or then 30, and then potentially something like 180 days or 90 days. We can set up these multiple audiences, and I would suggest that that's something that we actually do. And what'll happen is if they go back to that wedding catering page as an example, they're actually going to be sent a potentially another Facebook ad the next day. So again, now they visited your page and they're being sent an ad the next day again. If they click, they're going to see the ad again the next day. And now you're potentially touching them 3 times over 3 days. And we know that it's likely that they're becoming warmer and warmer as a lead. And hopefully we can talk about them converting to being an actual customer. And we can send them different types of ads based on this behavior, where we start to do things like potentially try and collect their phone number, their email address, so that you can do some, even do something like a phone call to follow up with them and say, I have a special on my services this week.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's just, the potential is we'll set up these audiences for Jovan, but again, it's almost as if we can set up these multiple audiences for those, as Darren calls it, those money pages, for multiple days of visits. So if they haven't called you or they haven't sent you an email, they're going to continue to hear from you via these ads.
Yeah.
Until they hopefully become a customer.
And me as the website owner, I'll be able to see this. Well, I'll be able to see this information, right?
We see the data, but what Google and both Facebook will tell you is that it's anonymized. So we don't really get to see name, address, phone number, email address. Is that we understand that the visits happened, and we get sort of the general data about the demographics and even some more data. But you should, the goal is we would love to get their email address or phone number, or have them click to call you or send you, fill out a form. And again, that's a whole other video that we can talk about.
Okay.
Good stuff. Okay. All right. So I believe that we learned a couple of things. Learned about the blog post about creating different hyperlinks to show Google what we do, and maybe get ranked for a couple of those key terms. I went over the Google My Business and spoke about keeping your business open for 24 hours. And if you have any specialty services like Black-owned or woman-led or veteran, make sure you check that off. Also using the website that Google provides to you in the Google My Business, creating posts and so on and so forth. So everybody should be looking at their Google My Business. And Ray went over Facebook advertising. And the reason why you want to create a Facebook advertisement is because if you're a brand new website, or if you have a website that's not getting enough traffic, go throw $100 at a Facebook ad. Go throw $100 at a Facebook ad, and you'll get some advertising. Google's not the only show in town in regards to traffic. You know, it's the biggest show, but you could grab traffic from Facebook also, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Yelp, Bing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, it's great to be able to have somebody like Ray, who's a Facebook expert, who's able to, you know, fully explain the process and how to do it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. All right, guys.
Fun,
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, good stuff. All good stuff. All good stuff. Uppity,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Big Doug, thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate
And
it.
Darren, you going to put this in the folder so I could add it to my thing?
Of course, man.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff.
Let me take it out with this, man. That is so cool, man.
lit,
I like
bro.
that. I like that. I like that.
That's lit, man.
That's
All
lit.
right, y'all take it easy.
Everyone have a good day.
All right.
Yeah, take care.